Hey, what's up guys? Tuki here, back again with another video, and today we are going to, well, I mean, let's be honest, why do I have to try and act like it's a big secret? You've seen by the thumbnail, today it's Team USA against Team Canada. This video is going up alongside the roster breakdown I did for the Canadian men's Olympic team a week or so ago. We also had one for the US men's team that you can check out as well. But what better way to decide what team's going to find more success, or at the very least, if they have a head-to-head matchup in the Olympic Games themselves, what team is going to come out on top? What better way is there to find out right now? Why wait until the Olympic Games? Let's find out right now. It's the US, it's Canada in NHL 18. What more could you ask for? There is no other way to find out the answer as to who is better, especially with the lack of NHL involvement. So you might be asking yourself, Tuki, did you go through the hassle of creating everybody? Why, yes, I did. So God, I hope this video does well, because boy, wasn't this time consuming. We have gone through, we have changed the international team to have the 100% accurate rosters. You can debate me on certain overalls, but I tried to keep it fair. I didn't go crazy with 80 overall guys. And for whoever was in the game already, I didn't change any attributes. So for Team Canada, we have added Wojciech Wolski to the team. He's on the top line with Derek Roy and Lyndon Vey, who we added as well. Mason Raymond is with Quentin Howden and Brandon Cozen. Rob Klinkhammer, still the best name in the world, with Andrew Ebbett and Gilbert Brule. Fourth line is Rene Bourque, Chris Kelly, and Max Lapierre. On defense, we have Chris Lee with Maxime Noreau, who we've also named captain of this team. Fitting, considering he was also the captain for the Spengler Cup teams. Whether or not he's the actual captain in real life, who the hell knows. Marc-Andre Gragnani, former Portland Pirate, on the second line with Cody Golubev. And the third pairing, I was going to say the fourth line, the third pairing is Carl Stoleri with Stefan Elliott. Between the pipes, I mean, there's no real question whether or not you watched my roster breakdown video before this or not. There's no real question. Ben Scrivens is going to be the starter. You know, it sucks when you're on a really good roll and you have to make a jump cut and you feel like you lost your spot. Kevin Poulin is in as the backup goalie. I think that's where we were. Justin Peters, Christian Thomas, Che Genoway, Matt Robinson, and Eric Odell are the healthy scratches. Certainly an interesting look for Team Canada, one way or another. For the US, let's take a look at the American team. It's Jordan Greenway with Chad Kolaric and Mark Arcabello. Second line, we have Chris Bourque with Ryan Donato and Bobby Butler. Ryan Stoa is with Jim Slater and Brian Gianna on the third line. Brock Little, Garrett Rowe, and Brian O'Neill make up the fourth line. On defense, it's Ryan Gunderson with James Wisniewski. Chad Billings and Matt Gilroy are the second pairing. Noah Welch and Bobby Sanguinetti are your third pairing. The goaltender, no real surprise, it's Ryan Zapolsky with David Leggio as the backup. Shout out to Brandon Maxwell. I didn't get to talk about Leggio and Maxwell in my US roster breakdown because they hadn't been announced yet. Brandon Maxwell, I know he's on a Czech league team. He is so much better than a 57. I mean, it's unreal. I know you can only pay so much attention to the European leagues, but, I mean, if there was proper, franchise integration for these leagues, it would kind of matter more having everything up to date. Just saying, Brandon Maxwell, tremendous goaltender. John McCarthy, Jonathan Blum, William Borgen, and Troy Terry are all healthy scratches. So yes, did I make multiple players that I technically didn't have to make? Yes, I did. Am I just now realizing that that was a very bad idea and I wasted quite a bit of time? Yeah, I did. Boy, that was not the smartest move on my part. Right. Anyway, rather than just doing a single game, we're going to treat this as a best of 7. So let's get down to business, shall we? We will follow along. In each game, we'll treat it as if it is a playoff series in a franchise mode series of mine. We are I mean, we're kind of rooting for one team in particular here. I'm not going to say whom, although you will be able to tell by the goal reactions. So first period, here in Game 1, and the Canadiens get on the board first. Rene Bourque with the opening goal, 12 shots apiece, but Bourque, the 36-year-old veteran, gets the Canadiens on the board first. Second period is scoreless, 20 shots to 19 for the States. Ben Scrivens getting the job done so far. We will go ahead and sim the third period. Do we just want to sim it quickly? Do we want to go minute by minute? I'm not quite sure. Halfway through the third period, obviously I'm rooting for the Americans. Ben Scrivens, though, is doing his best Ben Scrivens from 2013-14 impression by shutting the door. My God, Ben Scrivens with a 26-save shutout in Game 1. The Canadiens take it. 26 saves. Zapolsky, in fairness, 29 saves. And Bourque with the lone goal was your third star of the game. Not the ideal start that I was looking for personally, but we still got plenty of time to turn it around. If you would have considered that the gold medal game, then congratulations, Ben Scrivens just won your nation a gold medal. But this is the best of 7. It's a best of 7, so we still have a shot, kind of. Not really. By we, I mean, let's be honest, we know what team I'm rooting for here. First period, and Lyndon Vey gets the lone goal. 12 shots to 5 for the Canadiens. We are now through 4 periods of play without a goal for the States. Concerning, to say the least. Second period, still, Ben Scrivens has not let up a goal. 23 shots to 14 through 2 periods here in Game 2. Power play opportunity, though, for the States. That is not taken advantage of. And Chris Kelly, no. Chris Kelly makes it 2-0. 27 shots to 23. And Ben Scrivens could be well on his way. Max Lapierre makes it 3-0. Ben Scrivens with back-to-back shutouts. I set up these teams properly just to watch Ben Scrivens destroy my hopes and dreams. 3-0 in Game 2. Consecutive shutouts for Scrivens. No! Kevin Poulin. Is it Poulin or Poulin? I guess it depends on how French you want it to be. I think I said the same thing in the roster breakdown video. It wasn't Scrivens. We had no way of knowing because we didn't score a goal. Kevin Poulin with a 25-save shutout. Max Lapierre with a 2-point night. Same deal for Chris Kelly. So, 2 different goaltenders for Canada. Same result. It's a 2-0 series lead. No goals so far for the States. We will hopefully change that in Game 3. So let's keep this going. First period, and thankfully it's scoreless. I guess that's an accomplishment. 16 shots to 6 in Canada's favor. Second period. Oh my God, they did it. They didn't win a game, but damn it, they got a goal. Chad Kolarek. Kolarek. I'm going with Kolarek. With the goal. 27 shots to 16 in favor of Canada. But the States are on the board. It took 8 periods of play, or almost 8 periods of play to make that happen. They have the lead, though, as we enter the third period of Game 3. An early power play chance for Canada has been killed off. Will there be an insurance goal? Yes, there is. Ryan Gunderson makes it 2. Why they went from Scrivens to Poulin, I'm not sure. We saw that they were both 73s. Mac Gilroy makes it 3. I mean, in fairness, Poulin did very well in Game 2, but here in Game 3, it was all American all the time. What am I saying? 3-0 final in Game 3. 3 games, 3 shutouts. Zapolsky with the 35-save shutout. Kolarek with the goal. Gilroy with the goal. And we just might have ourselves a series. Probably not. But, you know, you never know. You never know. 2-1 in favor of Canada after the first 3 games. We'll jump right into Game 4. We'll take a look at the stats and everything at the end of the series. Game 4, first period, and Ryan Stoa gets another goal. Now 4 unanswered goals for the States. Poulin is still in over Scrivens. And that is just the start, that the Americans needed 15 shots to 10 in favor of Canada. But the Americans are leading. Second period, and so far so good from Zapolsky. 22 shots to 21 for the States. Still 1-0 on the board as we begin the sim on the third period. I mean, we might have ourselves a tied series. Ryan Donato makes it 2 power play chance for the U.S. That is killed off. But with 7:15 to go, can Canada fight back, or will this series be tied at 2 games apiece? And we have our answer. 2-0 final in Game 4. All 4 games have seen a shutout victory. Zapolsky with 29 saves, 32 saves for Kevin Poulin. The lone goal there from Ryan Stoa. Of course, Donato got that little bit of insurance, and it's a best of 3 from this point on. The home team has yet to lose. It has been a shutout in every single game. Pretty crazy to see how this series has gone so far. We're now at a very decisive Game 5. Who will take the 3-2 series lead? Will the shutout trend continue? Will the home team winning continue? Will that trend, march on, so to speak? Let's find out. First period of Game 5, and so much for that shutout streak. Brian Gianna and Matt Gilroy gave the States a 2-0 lead within 2 minutes and 15 seconds of the first period, only for Brandon Kozin and Mason Raymond to battle back 10 shots to 7 in favor of the U.S. By the way, Gilroy scored from the wrong side of the blue line, so it's been a rough go for Kevin Poulin, but his offense is able to get him back into it after being shut out over 2 consecutive games. It's 2-2 at the end of the opening 20 minutes. Second period, will anybody be able to actually, get the lead and maintain the lead? Let's find out. And the answer is no. Brian Gianna, another very early goal, 22 seconds in the period, only for Max Lapierre to tie it. 21 shots to 17 for the States. 3 all on the board as we begin the sim on the third period. And Derek Roy gives Canada their first lead of this game. Carl Stolari makes it 5-3. The Canadian offense has woken up after being shut out over 2 straight games. Unfortunately for Zapolsky, this is not the game that he was hoping for. Chris Kelly makes it 6. And Canada is 1 game away from taking this series. They trailed twice through the first 2 periods and then stormed back in the third with 3 unanswered goals. Brandon Kozin with a 3-point night, a 2-point night for both Lapierre and Mason Raymond. And we could have just 1 game left. It's going to be, with the U.S. having home ice advantage, we'll see what happens. Will this series end in 6 games? Or will that trend of the home team winning continue? The shutout trend has finally ended. But can the home team continue their dominance? Can the U.S. force Game 7? Or will Canada win this series in 6? Let's find out. First period. And Lyndon Vey gets the opening goal. 10 shots to 5 in favor of the Canadians. And that is not the start that the Americans needed. Second period. Oh my God, it's over. It is over. Brandon Kozin killing it with 2 goals in the second period. Rob Klinkhammer also added 26 shots to 11. And Golubev makes it 5. Good Lord. The Canadian offense, despite the fact that we don't have NHLers involved, still, the Canadian offense is getting it done. Wojciech Wolski makes it 6. Good Lord. Lyndon Vey makes it 7. Oh my God. Let's intervene. We'll at least watch the moment that this happens, but let's just intervene to catch a break. Consider it a timeout. Do what you gotta do. Although you saw, look at the grades, the U.S. had the better offense, defense, and goaltending Actually, defense with the Canada. Goaltending, very much not. We're going to do CPU against CPU here. Let's witness the moment that Canada emphatically defeats the U.S. I was hoping for a little bit of an upset here. This isn't a very good sign or a very good omen for the U.S. heading in to the Olympics next month in Pyeongchang. I'm just hoping, as holy hell, what is, they're so slow. I'm not sure what's going on. As Chris Bork misses, what is happening right now with the slowness? Let's take a look at these sliders, shall we? Nope, not that. What is going on? Are the sliders still maybe a little bit weird? Let's just go, I don't know, let's put it on full sim. Will that speed it up? Hopefully. Because I don't even know how our sliders are set up. I mean, no, he's a little bit faster. He's still kind of slow, though. I mean, I guess we are dealing with 70 overall players, right? Predominantly, I think the highest overall guy is Max Lapierre at a 77. So I guess I can't be all that surprised. I can still be tremendously disappointed, though. I will say, like I mentioned at the top of the video, there is a breakdown for both the U.S. men's and the Canadians men's team. So of some of these names that you have seen, whether it's players on the ice right now, whether it be when we were looking at the edit line screen, if some of these names aren't familiar to you, in both of those videos, I tend to just kind of take a look at a player's history, whether it be, you know, where they've played, how well they have played in those particular spots. So that way, you know, like someone like Carl Stolleri, if you've never heard of him, oh my god, they almost made it 8. That way, if someone like Carl Stolleri, you know, you see him during the Olympics, you kind of know, like, oh, okay, you know, he's at least played 300 AHL games, which I think was the number for him. But there you go. It's over. Confirmed. If Canada and the U.S. were to meet in the Olympics, Canada's going to take it, which is not what I really wanted to say. Now, whether or not Canada takes gold, that is a different question. That is actually the question I'm going to leave you guys for this video. Now, of course, we still only know the Canadian and the U.S. teams, but how do you think each team will do this coming February when the Olympic Games begin? Obviously, not having NHL players involved is a major factor, but looking at both teams, and I kind of talk about play styles in each of those videos, there's still some talent. There's a lot of speed, mobility, playmaking ability. Canada actually has quite a bit of grit with guys like Lapierre, Chris Kelly, Ryan Stoa. Actually, Stoa would be on the other side there. No, we're good. Yeah, I was right the first time. I should just trust what I say. You get the point. There's speed. There's playmaking ability. I don't know who this is because everybody has the same face, because I couldn't possibly take the time to actually make multiple faces. But there you go. Lyndon Vey, good for you. I don't think I can skip this. So let's just back out. We know Canada wins, but we need to see who the main man for each team is going to be. But again, let me know down in the comments below. What do you think is going to happen? I know playoff mode's complete. You better let me look at the stats. There you go. Let's take a look here. Lyndon Vey leads the way for the Canadians. 6 points in 6 games. Cozen with 5 points in 6 games. Lyndon Vey doing that well. Not all that surprising. Cozen as well, especially when you see their point production in the KHL. It's fairly ridiculous. Max Lapierre with 5 points. Wolski, Roy, and Ebbett with 4 points each. Kelly is there. Don't know why Gianna's showing up. I guess that was, I mean, it's not like the Canadians weren't dominating anyway. Forgot to sort it. My bad. Ebbett, Kelly, Klinkhammer, Mason Raymond, and Golubev. Actually, Lee in a row with 2 points each. I'm surprised Canada didn't get a little bit more out of their defense, as we'll just sort by forwards. Poor Quentin Howden. He had a rough go, but he's a winner, so it doesn't matter. On defense, though, the offensive potential from this defense, I mean, it's fairly high. Gragnani, Elliott, Stolleri, Nero, and Lee all more of an offensive-oriented player. Golubev is one of those players, I mean, particularly on defense, that brings a little bit more grit. Ben Scrivens played the first game, then the AI went with Kevin Poulin, and he had a .938 save percentage, so apparently no matter what, Canada's golden. Zapolsky did relatively well. The defense, which speaking of offensive-oriented players, this group very much is, I mean, at least as much as Canada is, didn't go all that well. Poor James Wisniewski, a chance to kind of revitalize his career. Not looking like it's going to happen, at least if you can believe the way the sim played out. Brian Gianna led the team in points. Poor Chris Bourque, only one lone assist. So guys, again, that will do it for this one. I hope you did enjoy. Just a fun little video to put up alongside the Canada roster breakdown. Like I said, you can check out both of those videos. If you are somehow new around here, you know, we got a lot of NHL 18 stuff on the channel, whether it be franchise mode or other franchise mode series, or even more franchise mode series. It's kind of my deal. Feel free to poke around on the channel. If you like what you see, hey, subscribe. Why not? Even if you don't watch what I do, just hit the button, man. Just hit the button. I am overtired. I am way overtired having to stay up to try and get this video done, but worth it, except for the US losing, of course. Yeah. Anyway, thank you again for watching. You know what you can do to support the video on the channel. Links are in the description to my Twitter and Twitch in the description below, not the comment section. Did I mention I was tired? I hope so. Have a good one. Take it easy. And I'll catch you later. And let's hope the U.S. does better in the actual Olympics.